Okay, well everyone, thank you so much for joining us here this morning at our inaugural customer event here in North America, Jahia Experience, or JahiaX DC. I'm Kevin Cochran, I'm Chief Marketing Officer. I'll be speaking later today, but I have the distinct pleasure of inviting our first keynote speaker, our Chief Operating Officer and my boss, Emmanuel Garcin, to the stage. Emmanuel? As many of you guys know, here in the room, Emmanuel actually started Jahia North America here in Washington, D.C. at a local Starbucks. And that was what endeared me to Emmanuel and to Jahia because, of course, Starbucks is a favorite. So, Emmanuel, without further ado, please lead the charge and
thank you.
Through the 3 waves.
So Jahia Inc. was actually, sorry, is it too loud? It was powered by a Grande Americano with room. So welcome to our first North American customer and partner community event. This is a big first for us. As you know, we've had other events in Paris, and we just had one event in Paris when we were in our bootstrap years because we couldn't afford more. But now we want to have one in North America and one in Europe every year. So thank you very much for coming. And you know, we want to connect you all with our team. There are several members of our team here, and share the excitement around not only the amazing innovation that you, our customers, are delivering, often partnering with our partner, whether implementation partner or tech partners, but also to hear about what's coming from a Jahia product standpoint. And there's a little hint here, it's very exciting, and I'm not going to say anything about it. We have an action-packed day and lots of things to discover, so let's begin. So first, again, thank you. All of you who are here, you are customers and our partner. You are the foundation of what drives us here at Jahia to innovate and lead the third wave, and lead the third wave, sorry. And essentially, this is even more important for us because, as you know, until last year we were bootstrapped, and we were fully focused, as you will see, on fundamentals. So with our new global expansion, our first priority, and you have to believe that because it's actually what drives us every day, is to better engage you and support each and every one of you every day. So we are fully focused on that. Because as you know, we were fully bootstrapped until last year, and we first focused on raising the best product and great customers, and we're not shifting from this focus. So the investment in the product is top priority for us, but of course now we have new means. We want to tell our story and to tell your story, which is why we are here today. So, but we are also now operating our own digital transformation. So what you will hear today, everything you will hear today from Elie, Kevin, Clément, Serge, and everyone, is what we apply to ourselves. We actually use our technology for everything we do, and we use it to actually transform our business. So it actually works. We've pretty much doubled the business in 10 months while tripling our staff. So here are some numbers from last year, from 2015, 90% sales growth, 125% multi-year growth, while keeping most of our customers. Of course, there's always a little churn, but 94% is something we've always had, like around 95% every year, and 100% new business growth. But we did this while tripling the staff across all of our markets, which is mainly, Americas, and also in Europe, we focus on the main countries of Europe. So when I say tripling the staff, it's very important because we actually staffed very seasoned professionals coming from the industry. So every new giant you will meet here, they've been around the industry for a while. And so here in North America, we have staffed customer success, R&D. We have a big R&D center in Toronto, and you have some representatives here in the room, support, and of course sales and partner management. So why are we all here today? We are here because today, customer experience, and especially the personal touch, because everybody's talking about customer experience, but you have to really, and Mark is going to talk about this in greater detail today. It's really the personal touch that is so important today. This is the top priority for digital leaders. Digital has transformed marketing from art to science, and we are here to transform it again. So let's use digital to redefine human relationships between customers and vendors. Let's use digital to also reinvent the workplace. Because now, and you will see why concretely with real data what it means, it is time for you and your customers, if you're one of our partners, to expand your brand, to build your team, and to grow your business. And it's not just, oh, let's do it. It's just nobody has a choice today. And you have to listen to all the data you will get from us, from Forrester, and all the pundits. It's very clear that it's happening today. So we believe that Jahia is your path to redesign relationship in a digital world. Why? Because Jahia allows you to bring the power of human relationship back to the business. It's very important. So again, digital transform marketing from an art to a science, but we want to keep it as a science, but more of an art. The importance of intimacy is really paramount. So if you want to be a digital leader, mastering customer experience will not only bring you better acquisition rates, that's a given, but also revenue growth and eventually stock market performance if you're a public company. And actually, customer experience does impact your business in a big way. So this is an illustration coming from a Forrester report. And I encourage you, if you're not already a Forrester customer, to become one, because those data are very relevant in what's happening today across any type of businesses. So this customer index shows CX leaders have a gain of 43% in performance over a 6-year period, as compared to the S&P 500 with an average of 14%. And during the same period, what Forrester calls the CX laggards, so the ones who haven't made a good job in taking care of their customer experience, they had decreased their performance by 34%. So this is a huge impact on business. And the second illustration is actually an example of the impact on revenue and customer acquisition of a CX leader versus a CX laggard. So you can apply that to any leader, any laggard, you would get similar data. So how big is this? How big is this new digital wave? It is actually huge. So as a recap, in case you haven't followed us lately or watched a presentation from Kevin, who explained all of this since October last year, and since then a lot of our competition are trying to say the same thing, but it was Kevin who actually said it the first. So the first wave started at the end of the 90s. So the first wave of disruption started at the end of the 90s. It was driven by the CIO. It was called WCM, Web Content Management. And at the time, disruption simply came from, as you recall, the web, consumer email, and .coms. It was all about brand marketing online to enable convenience of information access. So at the time, websites were a cost center, but everybody had to be on the web, just because it was the new media at the time. So the second wave that started with the crisis in 2008 was driven by the CMO, and it was called Web Experience Management. Why was there such a wave? So first of all, there was disruption from social, from mobile, as you recall, and the crisis. And why the crisis? Because as you remember, especially here in the US, in 2008, there was a lot of stores that closed. I remember here in DC, lots of stores disappeared. So how do you make business when consumers don't go to stores anymore? So that's when you have to make money online from your website and from your mobile sites. So there was a shift from brand to demand marketing to boost pipeline and to acquire customer to drive revenue. So essentially, how do I make money on the web? Because I have to, right? So the third wave, which started last year with a mandate for CEOs to make sure the CMOs and CIO partner together and maybe start to love each other. Why? This wave is called DXM. And why is it important for CMOs and CIOs to partner together. You will hear about that throughout these 2 days. So we are calling this wave DXM, the Digital Experience Management. And the description today comes from big data, Internet of Things, and consumer, and this is really huge right now. You've seen the news over the last 2 years. Customer awareness of the risk they take in their digital lives. So that's where trust comes into place. So there was a shift from demand marketing to manage the entirety of customer lifecycle and experience. Because now brand advocacy is the most sustainable competitive differentiation. Why? Because every other technologies or every other innovation becomes a commodity extremely fast. So every business have today to take care of is their customer experience, but they have to make this customer experience so good that you turn your customers into brand advocates. So coming back to this illustration, this second wave 2 years ago, because the third wave wasn't started, was just 1.2 billion. But now you see our wave, the DXM wave, is 2.7. And if you made the math, it's going to double every year. So 2020, 10 billion. So the question that any business should ask themselves is, when my competitors are heavily investing in digital experience management, what am I doing? And if I'm not doing anything, well, it's not good news for the future of my business. So we at Jahia are here to solve a major customer challenge. Customers today, they simply need to be fully understood. They pick brands they feel intimate with. And you know that every brand you like is because you are intimate with that brand, whether it's your phone, whether it's your favorite coffee, whether it's your favorite food, favorite car, whatever. It's because you feel intimate. But today, you will win or lose by the level of intimacy you have with your customers. That's crystal clear. Intimacy begins with their first digital experience with your brand, but it extends beyond initial customer acquisition to each and every interaction they have post-login with your digital campaigns and employee on the phone, in the field, and in the store. So, I've been talking to luxury brands in Geneva over the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago. And for them to be able to offer extreme intimacy to their very high-end customer is what makes or breaks their business. Luxury is an extreme example of the importance of that. So we at Jahia, we are here to solve a CMO challenge. CMOs are just flooded with, whenever you hear CMOs, and there's an event in San Diego in a few weeks, where I heard last year that their number one challenge is actually that they're flooded with tons of technology that they don't have time to fully leverage. So what does it mean, the fact that they don't have time to fully leverage this technology? So the first is that this technology operates in fragmented silo, which impacts their acquisition cost. And they simply cannot deliver true one-on-one relationships. So they talk to segments, they don't talk to a person. And that's a big difference. That's their pain. They really feel the pain. They say it all the time, whenever they can, whenever they're on a keynote or fire chat. That's all they say. So we at Jahia, we are here to solve also a big CIO challenge. The CIOs have to handle siloed systems and data that are often and mostly, for any business, it's always the case, critical to the business, and they are slow-moving by design. That's what Gartner calls the systems of record. So the question, if they're slow-moving, if they're critical to the business, how can I make them agile if I'm the CIO? How can I make all of these systems that I'm not going to change, I'm not going to make them faster, but how can I make them agile? So to answer these challenges of the customers, the CMOs and CIOs, Jahia pioneers, and you will see this is we was core from our strategy from the beginning, but now it fully resonates with the market. Jahia pioneers the unified customer journey and experience with an open, integratable platform that aggregates your backend and unifies your front-end management capabilities. So to answer customers and CMOs' main challenge, Jahia is pioneering a unified context and trust environment so that CMOs get a true 360 view of their customers while respecting their privacy. Privacy, privacy, privacy. You will hear a lot about that during the conference. And this to deliver your customer the intimacy and trust with your brand. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're talking about. The rest becomes commodity. Your customers is all you have. So this is Jahia's digital experience platform leading the third wave to empower the full digital transformation from customer acquisition to post-login experience. And it allows you to transact with your customers, to earn new prospects, to convert them, to create personalized experiences, and to aggregate your siloed backend systems and data, and as well to build new apps and share content. So we are also here today to hear about customer experience, and here is an example of a portal by Samsung for all the 90,000 point of sales selling Galaxy devices in the US. Or this one from a leader in vacation rentals, HomeAway, that operates 100% of its business digitally and operates in 190 countries. Or also your favorite ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, and they operate all of their digital initiatives with Jahia. So thank you for listening. And now, after a short video, we'll hear from Mark Grannon from Forrester, and he will explain in greater depth the customer experience imperative. Thank you.
Digital transformation is a journey that every enterprise has to take to navigate market disruption and scale new heights in today's digital economy. At Jahia, we liken the journey to the climbing of a mountain. Digital experience is the beginning, middle, and end of your solution for your customer. DX is the basis of all of today's customer experiences in some way. Company leadership now must elevate the entire business ecosystem to new levels of frictionless operation. Profit is now the byproduct of a customer-centric culture, agility, and authentic transparency. Clearly, business has evolved. That means that what used to work to shape customer experiences will no longer work, or at least will not work in the same way. And that is good news for your company. Do you know which digital mountain you need to climb and what you expect at the top? Depending on your expertise, you are either going on top of a hill or going to new heights. In all cases, remember that your customers are the epicenter of your business ecosystem. Digital business innovation, collaboration, and burst iterations mean faster time to market with reduced costs. Customer expectations revolve around solving their needs in the moment, from any device, anytime, and the technology behind that should be invisible. Brand awareness, reputation, and customer acquisition are not enough. The relationship really begins when your customer chooses you. Digital transformation aligns cross-team functionality, changes your corporate culture, and expresses your organizational values. In this journey, you and your team will pioneer a culture of customer centricity and a new customer experience that will strengthen the relationship and loyalty of your customers to adapt to ever-changing market conditions. Digital disruption is not just something that happens in the economy. Digital disruption is the new norm. Be a disruptor. Be a leader. Lead your team on the journey. Soar to new heights with Jahia.